Most micro brands play it safe. Same cases, same dials, just very different logos, but every now and then one shows up that actually tries something. This is the UniDesign Autoclassic, and I've got it here with a grey, black and dark blue dials, all on leather, and straight away this doesn't feel like another copy-paste release. Let's roll the intro and take a deeper look into the Autoclassic. Cases where this watch either wins you over or it doesn't. Its softened square shape gives it a organic look and feel, and it makes the design flow, and it does remind you a bit of something like the Cartier Santos Du Mans. But this is clearly doing its own thing. Brushed midcase, polished bezel with a thin edge for that extra bit of detail, exposed screws, and then these flowing lugs that almost feel like bodywork on a classic car. Flip it over and you've got that engraved caseback with an etched vintage race car. It's a small detail, but it pulls the whole concept together. This isn't random design, it's intentional. The signed screw down crown is grippy and has a bigger diameter that sticks out in a proud way out of the case. It really adds to the overall design because of this, and it's one of those extra details that keeps the overall design very interesting. The case is 37mm in diameter, has a thickness of just 11mm. It comes with a lock-to-lock of just 46mm for perfect wearability, and the lock size is 20mm, making it easy for strap changes. And talking of which, although I like the straps that are offered here, I would have wished to see a stainless steel bracelet with an elegant and sporty design. It really would enhance the design even further here. The dial is the part that really surprised me. I love the logo that is sunken into an extra layer of the dial, and the font gives it a retro vibe. Then we have the small second sub-dial down at the 5 o'clock position, which is styled like a tachometer. Not loud, not gimmicky, just enough to give it character. And I love the finishing and the splash of color here. And then these Swiss Superluminova loom blocks. They're not printed, they're applied, so you actually get a lot of depth and texture to the dial, which is one of the highlights for me. And as expected, they glow very bright and also very long, which is great as I am a bit of a loom junkie. Across the three versions that I have here today, we have the dark blue, which for me feels the most refined. Then we have the grey, probably the most versatile out of the three. And we have the black version, the more classic design, which works very well with the contrasting white loom blocks. Now all of these are numbered limited editions, which we can see on the caseback of these watches. There are 180 pieces of each color, and there are already 2 versions that are sold out. Now quick note on the strap. This brown leather really works here. The tone, the stitching, it leans into that automotive feel. It's not going to compete with high-end straps, but at this price point this is exactly where it should be and where it is expected. Soft enough out of the box, holds its shape well, and more importantly, it fits the watch. And the buckle is signed and has a brush finish. Now under that beautiful caseback you are getting a Miyota 8N40 automatic movement. It's reliable, simple and proven. It also offers around 40 hours of power reserve, has a small seconds complication. Then we've got a sapphire crystal on top of the watch, and this watch offers a 100 meters of water resistance. So while it looks design focused, this is still a very wearable daily. That's why I would have loved to see this on a matching stainless steel bracelet. But hey, you got to have something left to desire, right? Now this sits right around the $400 or euro mark, which puts it up against something like the Vario 1945 D12. Where Vario goes very traditional with his field style watch, the Autoclassic does the opposite. They house very similar movements, but they offer their own unique style and design. And they have very similar specs. Both are great watches, so the decision will probably be made by the preference for the design. Okay watch friends, to conclude this review, we have to ask ourselves, is it perfect? Well, no, not entirely. The movement is basic, not very accurate, with minus 20 seconds to plus 30 seconds a day of deviation, but for a watch at this price range, it is not really the point. The Autoclassic is more about design, and more importantly, it's about doing something different. It borrows a bit from icons, but it doesn't try to be one. And in a space where most watches feel interchangeable, that's exactly what makes this one worth a look. Now thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.